Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I have returned. Let's continue our voyage as soon as I get settled. Alright. Oh, that's really out here. Right at the homestead. Whoa! That's a first. Uh. Huh. Just shallow enough.
Fresh magic. What'll it be?
Bottle of your hardest stuff.
This is for Superintendent Cash.
Make it 6.
Alright, peak condition. Reach level 40 in single player. Or 20 in multiplayer. Awesome. Um, uh, let's see. Did we... yeah. Okay, so the beer run is done. Okay. Actually, I want to go tech, team support. Okay, engineer rank 2. Gunner warrior unlocked. Sentinel profile is now rank 3. Tactile operative. Infiltrator profile is now rank 3. Okay, well, just some things that was upgraded. 12% weapon damage, 15% weapon accuracy and clip size, and 4% 4 damage resistance. Engineer, 25% to all combat damage, tech construction health regeneration, tech construct damage, and tech restoration and defense. I don't know if I read any of these, but I'm going to reread them. 30% to biotic force, biotic area of effect damage, biotic area effect radius, and 35% to biotic effect duration and biotic combo radius. I should really just put more stuff into Adept once I get where I need to on the others, so that I can so we can rank that up more. Sentinel, 25% all combo damage, 20% tech recharge speed, and 30% to power shield cost reduction and power restoration and defense. Vanguard, 30% melee damage and power shield cost reduction, 70% melee force, and 20% biotic recharge speed and max shields. Infiltrator, 30% to weapon accuracy, stability, tech recharge speed, and 18% weapon headshot and weak point. And then for the Pioneer research, 9% weapon damage, damage resistance, and 25% tech recharge speed, biotic power damage, and power restoration and defense. Alright. Okay, now that we're done here, back to the Tempest. Okay. Next up, we're heading to... We're gonna head over to Aya. And it seems like we don't have to deliver that beer. It's be automatically delivered, which is good. Actually... what is the rifle I mean the assault rifle I'm using? Sandstorm.
Hey, you two, get back to work.
Okay. Another thing Clay do, but you know, I do like this. Go with that. And let's go mod slot. Okay. Return to the Tempest. And blast off! Alright. Real quick, let's go ahead and go to our loadout. Okay. Go clip. That that decreases after we have a. So let's just go penetrating. Oh, okay. Okay. Real quick. Clip size is 24. Okay, so just 22. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Alrighty. You know, while we're up here, let's go ahead and just get everyone pointed out. So we'll go. Increased duration of ongoing shield restoration. We'll go with the burst. Um. I'm going to go damage over time. Go this one. And PB. Affects all targets, take more damage from all sources. You know, that'd be good. Alright. Okay. Now we gotta go to Aya.
Now orbiting Gadara.
And do we have something over at Eos? I think we do. First things first. Dear customer, we appreciate your previous business and hope you enjoyed our unique power-packed homebrew spirits. We are constantly improving and expanding our new blends, so be sure to check back with us. All right. Off to Aya. We have a lot to do here. All right. We'll start over here.
Honor to meet you, Pathfinder. Initiative Pilot Marixus. I run supplies to your outposts.
What brings you to Aya?
Your survival supplies only Aya has. I'm waiting on clearance to enter the city, but it's taking too long. I understand their caution, but the outposts need these supplies. I have to get them, now.
They let me into the city. I can help.
I appreciate that. To start, Eos needs a way to produce food to support population growth. They've requested quinoa seeds to begin their own crops. There's an agricultural scientist who might sell some.
I'll make sure to get those seeds.
Settlers on Gadara are suffering from a bacterial infection. They need Angaran antibiotics to fight it. A medic in the city should be able to help.
Got it. They'll have that medicine in no time.
All right.
Pathfinder, more of your outposts need help, if you have time. Vol's power grid is lagging without proper solar input. The solar amplifier would give them a boost. The solar technicians here may have the required parts.
I'll see what I can find.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and start getting some stuff done around here. We have a lot of stuff to do. All right.
You're always a welcome sight, Pathfinder. Still no word from our search vessel. How goes your hunt for the missing satellites?
Your people caught scavengers from Kadara port stealing them. There was a fight. Your ship lost.
I sent them out. And risked your life, too. The scavengers, Angaran? Have our deserters preyed upon us again? Criminals were my people. Exiles. They ripped your satellites into scrap. I brought what's left. The initiative is supposed to explore, not steal and kill. Why would your people steal something that protects us all? Murder those who are only trying to help. These were a few bad people. There are thousands of good ones out there. How can we tell the difference? Maybe the others are right. What if you are no better than the Ket? These scavengers abandoned the initiative, just like your deserters left you. And we hate them too. Keep what your people stole and go. I can't talk to you anymore.
I'm gonna read that journal.
Things went south with that Angaran astronomer rider. Found a silver lining, though. The scrap satellites are gonna come in extra handy.
That autosave came very quickly.
Things went south with...
Oh my god, are you serious? Dropped like 3 autosaves of the same place.
Pathfinder. Vol's power.
I'll see what I...
Okay. Request located. Request to help locating the missing satellites. Flight attempts to Mako satellite snap points in the area.
You're always a welcome sight. Still, the scavengers, Angaran? Have our deserters preyed upon us again? We caught up to them. They attacked without warning. Might have been Rokar. We fought them off and recovered what was left of the satellites. I'm so sorry, Pathfinder. And ashamed. This is not who we are. Please accept my apologies. I hope you can look past this.
There's nothing to forgive.
It's not your fault. Kadara's full of bad people.
They chose to stand alone. They'll suffer the consequences. I'll file a report with our leaders. Perhaps it's time the Resistance got involved. We'll rebuild the satellites and return them to space. I'll keep you updated with our latest charts.
Thank you, Mariko.
No, Pathfinder. Thank you.
Okay. Well, that's a little bit better.
Pathfinder, I studied the Angaran astronomer's data transfer. His files begin before the satellites. The initiative will benefit tremendously from this.
Alright.
And all I had to do was lie to him. Thanks, Sam.
So it was our people. I don't remember that, to be honest with you. I don't turn these things in as soon as it happens.
You work on the solar panels. Do you have an amplifier for solar energy?
Nothing as big as these, but I have a smaller one on hand. Do you need it?
Of course, yeah. It does not surprise me, but so thank you. All right. Oh, we gotta go into the back room.
Ambassador, I trust our people had a smooth transition to Aya.
The Angara have been gracious. Everything's going well.
Good. Keep me updated. 10 out.
I've never lied to a director before. Pathfinder, it's a pleasure. I'm Ambassador Riala, Chief Diplomat for the Initiative on Aya. I was removed from Cryo specifically for this. Quite the wake-up call.
I know what it's like, jumping out of the cryopod and into the fire.
You've had it far worse. My condolences on your loss. I hear you're to thank for our new ties with Aya. This is our best shot at an alliance. Now we just need to keep our people from wrecking it, no matter how hard they try.
If something's wrong, I need to know.
Maybe you can help me fix it. A Solarian botanist named Sorvis Len is here, learning how to improve our crops. He sent an urgent comm, saying a member of the Angaran resistance had threatened him.
What happened?
I'm not sure. Sorvis is an excellent scientist, but not the best communicator. I'm concerned this could escalate if someone doesn't look into it, but I don't have the staff to spare.
Yep, I'll look into it.
I can go settle things. I'm a friendly face for both sides.
That would be helpful. With any luck, we can prevent this from getting worse.
Aside from Sorvis Len, is everything okay? Need anything else?
Actually, yes. Director Tan gave me a project. He wants more Aya natives to live on the Nexus. He thinks it will deepen our partnership. A few Angara expressed interest, but none of them will agree to live on the Nexus without speaking to you first.
Why me?
After what you've accomplished? I didn't want to bother you, but you asked. I'll point you towards the candidates. If you could convince them to transfer, I'd be grateful.
What's our end goal for Aya?
A strong alliance is all we can ask for. It's what we're working toward. Helios is the Angara's home. They dictate the terms of this partnership, not us. We need them as allies, and they could benefit from us. But we have to tread lightly.
Show them we're not invaders.
Historically, when two civilizations meet, one consumes or destroys the other. We need to break that cycle.
You think?
How many of our people have they let into the city?
A strictly limited number, and only certain professions. Scientists, engineers, and scholars. The Angara have agreed to allow some of our people to work in Aya's research facilities.
That's huge.
It's more than I expected. Tan wants me to push for social visits, but I'm holding my ground. We need to move at their pace. They've been extraordinarily gracious, all things considered. I'll take whatever they're willing to give.
That's the right thing to do. Take it nice and slow. Don't try to push our ideals onto them.
That's all for now.
I'm here if you need anything.
All right. All right. Oh, what's this? Council meeting notes. Personal meeting notes from Governor Panran Shai. Excuse me. Wants to open Southern Valley region to deployment with goals to provide refugees with permanent homes. Believes we're already at risk of overcrowding and harming local ecosystem. Votes to use land strictly for food production. Proposes a compromise solution to construct orbital inhabitant using Nexus technology. Refugees would rotate between Aya surface and orbital inhabitants using lottery system. Disagrees with accepting initiative help, especially tech. Points out the black hole will make orbital construction projects difficult and may attract notice cat patrols. Final vote delayed to Nova Bav. We need better home for our people. Volid is fallen. Harval remains unstable, and Aya is too small to support all of us. Is Kadar Port an option? Do we even dare attempt reconciliation? Proposed amendment of Statute J34771. Governor. Recent creation of an alien embassy and permission for non-Angaran to enter Aya City has created numerous potential conflicts with our governing laws. One particular area of concern is in the resolution of such disputes. These aliens are not citizens of Aya and therefore do not possess any legal rights or responsibilities. More importantly, we can't enforce punitive measures on them for violating our laws. It's impractical to grant all these individual diplomatic immunity. Sooner or later, this legal murkiness will become a significant problem, and I would prefer we clarify our position now. Please review my attached document. It's slightly under 300 pages, and not as though as I'd like, but I believe it represents a good start. I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Alrighty. Let's see what we got. Let's see what else is here that we have to do. Actually, a lot of this is literally just side quests and whatnot, but I want to do as much as I can.
Weird question. You don't have any Kiloa seeds, do you?
Yes, I do. Need some?
Yep. Thank God we have a lot of credits. Oh, by the way. Deconstruct. Okay. Alrighty.
You're one of Ambassador Riala's candidates to live on the Nexus.
I am. Glad you finally showed up. Let's get down to it. I've lived my whole life wanting to meet aliens who didn't want me dead. But my family's here. How can I stay in touch with them from the Nexus?
You'll have ways to send them text messages and comm transmissions.
I want contact with the people I love. You offer machines. Not good enough, Pathfinder.
Knew I should have dropped the save there.
At my age, family is more important than new experiences.
Did that. Okay.
You're one of Ambassador Riala's...
I've lived my whole life wanting... How can I stay in touch with them from the Nexus?
You can send messages, talk to them on the comm. We'll even arrange a visit.
You get it. All right. I'm in.
All right. That's just back there. Okay. All right.
I can't work under these conditions. What does it take to be left alone?
Ease off. I'm here to help. You reported that someone in the Resistance threatened you. Tell me exactly what happened.
I didn't know Riala was sending the Pathfinder. I deserve no less, of course. I was measuring the photonic dispersal from the canopies when some random brute interrupted me. I asked him to move, and he got nasty. Said it was my fault his friend was dead. Ridiculous.
Do you know what he meant by that?
He ranted nonsense about a vessel and selling slots to outsiders. He got right up in my face and compared me to a cat. He wanted to kill me. I could see it in his eyes. The whole conversation made no sense. I think he was inebriated.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but dial it down. We're guests here.
Exactly. We shouldn't have to put up with this. When he left, I tagged him with infrared dye from my sample kit. Invisible to the naked eye, but not to a scanner.
I'll scan people around the Resistance headquarters, see if I find him.
You're supposed to represent our interests on Aya. Go, represent. I have work to do.
Yeah, you're making a bad thing of that. You're asking for trouble. Locate millions of light years across dark space. The Milky Way galaxy is the origin of our newest Helios residents, though smaller and darker than Andromeda. The Milky Way is home not only to species we met, but also countless sentient life forms, from their graceful Hanar to the powerful Elcor. Dozens of unique species coexist, making the Milky Way a cultural and social melting pot. Something new, huh?
Pathfinder, Ambassador Riala didn't think you'd have time for me.
She said you needed to talk before agreeing to live on the Nexus.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm an anthropologist. but I've only ever studied my own people. I've heard the Nexus is home to multiple species and cultures. It will be fascinating and possibly dangerous. Bacteria, viruses, other contaminants. My family worries about me. Are you sure I'll be safe?
They wouldn't let me on Aya if I was a walking petri dish, would they?
You aren't taking this seriously enough to satisfy my family. I can't go without their blessing. I'm sorry.
This is so aggravating. Oh, if I would read, I would have known. I would save.
Pathfinder. Bacteria, viruses, other contaminants. My family worries about me. Are you sure I'll be safe?
We'll take every precaution, but entering an alien environment is always a risk.
I appreciate your honesty, and so will my family. I'll convince them to let me go. Thank you.
All right. Let's go here. Speak to the most shy. Okay.
If should have come to me.
Axel, I'm all right.
You almost died. What's she doing here?
I asked the Moshai to set up a meeting. I don't want us to be enemies.
Is this true?
Axel, Ryder rescued me from the Ket. She risked her life to...
Sloane Kelly saved Kadara. Look how that went.
I want to be allies. Equal allies.
You don't even treat your own equally. Isn't that why the Krogan left?
How did you?
I've been watching you. You're invaders just like the Ket, except less cautious.
What does that mean?
You'll know soon enough. Do not trust them, Chauvin.
Axel... He didn't used to be like this. He was curious, brilliant. But the Ket, even without exaltation, they change us.
There's still time to bring him around.
I want to believe that, but his hatred towards aliens...
I'll prove we can be trusted.
I hope so.
Ryder, we just received an emergency recording from EOS. Come to the meeting room when you get back to the Tempest.
I'm curious. I don't know which one that did, so let's just go with this man. Well, see, this was after the manual save. I better be safe than sorry. I hate this. I am so paranoid.
We'll...
Okay.
Effa should have come to me. What's she doing here?
I asked the Moshai to set...
Sloane Kelly saved Kadara. Look how that went.
I don't condone what happened on Gadara. But one bad experience doesn't define an entire species.
Your kind has a history of treating each other unfairly. Just ask the Krogan.
How did you...
I've been watching you. You're invaders just like the Ket, except less cautious.
What does that mean?
You'll know soon enough.
But the Ket, even without I want to believe that, but...
I'll prove we can be...
I hope...
Ryder, come to the meeting.
Alright.
I found a device Ven was using to communicate with the Archon. I think we can use it to triangulate that Ket flagship's nav point.
All you have to do now is board it, steal the Meridian artifact, and escape in one piece.
You've been there. Tell me what to expect.
I saw very little. Corridors, an interrogation room, my prison cell. The Archon's vessel is a place of pain and death for the Ket's enemies. No one has attempted anything like this before. For all our sakes, you must succeed. Now it's my turn. Evra informed me that the despot of Kadara Port, one of your people, executed Ven Terev.
Sloane isn't with my people, and she doesn't speak for us.
Her actions spoke loud enough. She had no right to kill Ven. What he did was inexcusable, not unforgivable. This isn't what I wanted. Regardless, it's done.
Any ideas on how we stop the Ket for good?
The real question is, how do we define victory over them? Complete eradication? Unlikely, costly, and morally dubious. Drive them away? How? What stops them from returning?
Peaceful coexistence doesn't seem to be an option.
There's much we still don't know. The Ket are not a simple problem. We can't reduce them to a simple solution.
I'd like to know more about you.
What about me intrigues you?
What are you working on these days?
I thought being a Ket prisoner was the worst fate imaginable. Then I got home and saw my backlog. A Valek comes in every so often asking if I have a second. At this rate, I'll never catch up. To answer your question, I'm busy with everything and nothing. We'll see which wins.
You're an expert on several topics. Remnant, Ket, stuff I don't even know exists.
All true. Why? Do you want to be my student?
Is that an option? Because I didn't train for this job. At all.
Yet you do it well. There are two kinds of knowing. What we take in from the universe, and what's already inside us. You have the essentials figured out. The rest you can learn as you go.
Are you originally from Maya, or someplace else?
I was born on a research vessel in deep space. My parents were explorers. They never stayed in one place long. My own work has taken me to every world, many times over. They all try to claim me as their own, but if I'm honest, my favorite chair is here.
You and my crewmate have a close relationship. Any advice? Hints?
He talks in his sleep. Worth it for the look on your face. Jal is a dear and hopeless former student. He has a good spirit. You're lucky to have him, that's all.
My translator doesn't know what to do with your title, Moshai.
Because it isn't a title, it's a reference. People from mythological times, before the Scourge. Legends say we once had many Moshai. Master inventors of unfailing wisdom, guided by boundless compassion.
That's a lot to live up to.
It's nonsense. Don't remember who first called me Moshai, but I do recall telling them to shut up. To my regret, the name stuck. I've minded less lately. Being the Moshai has its uses.
When the Ket are gone, if we fix all these worlds, what do the Angara want?
Depends who you ask.
We're individuals. Paran will continue spreading hope and optimism. I don't know what Ephra will do without an enemy to fight. Retirement won't suit him. As for me, maybe I'll just fade away. That's what people do when they're no longer needed, right?
Thank you, Moshae.
Ishare.
Right. The question isn't how the cat genetically modify us, but why. If exaltation is their reproductive process, cat are a model of inefficiency. If they can transform one life form into something so radically different, then surely the cat must also be capable of creating clones. Wouldn't that provide a more satisfactory results, especially for such a exo, exo, exophobic culture? The goal of incorporating useful genetic material from other species into baseline cat genetic material doesn't fully explain the level of effort they expand. Exaltation is a lengthy and labor-intensive activity. What I witnessed at the facility didn't feel like mass production. It almost felt religious. There's so much about our enemy I need to understand. All right. See. Return. Okay.
Oh, you're here. Welcome to my favorite place in the galaxy. Pavoa, I'm glad they finally let you into the city. You deserve it. This is Aya's Cultural Museum and History Archive. It's small, but you've already made it brighter.
You said the helmet was touched by the Scourge? What does that mean?
I forget your people weren't around for that. When the Scourge appeared, it targeted remnant ships, broke down their technology. With the drive cores disabled...
The ships crashed.
But that may not be all. The Scourge leaves a mark on whatever it touches. If it touched this helmet, perhaps the pilot was the target. There may be remnant tech inside the helmet.
Or in the pilot.
Storms. I hadn't even thought of that.
I'll come back when I have something.
Stars guide your travels.
Let's see. I don't know why I couldn't return the thing to her. Until recently, we knew this was a cat tool, but didn't understand its purpose. Scholars have recently determined its use in the exaltation of our people. Though it may be difficult to look at, it's important we learn and understand exaltation to protect ourselves from and our loved ones. In the time before the Scourge, Guardian pilots wore helmets while covering the vast distance between planets. It's speculated that remnant technology was used in this helmet's construction, attracting the Scourge's attention. This dagger dates back nearly 4 centuries, to the time after the Scourge appeared. Faced with technology dark age, our ancient ancestors learned to fight and hunt without the use of advanced weaponry. Mother, you wouldn't believe all that's happened since Pathfinder Rider landed on Aya. I'm sure you know about the Moshae's rescue, but I suspect you only heard the official version. Ephra and his resistance like to claim credit for bringing her home, but I know for a fact that they never could have accomplished it without Pathfinder. people fear these new aliens will turn out to be like the cat. Don't listen to them. I feel in my spirit they've come to help. And you know I'm always right about these things. I wish you could see some of the interesting relics we found on the Harvel and elsewhere. I'll bring images next time I visit. Also, I'm not seeing Atu anymore. It was nothing particular that ended things. We're just too different. Don't worry, my work still brings me all the happiness I need.
Hello, Pathfinder. Any good news for me?
She, yes.
I picked up this figure earlier. It might be Angaran.
This is unfamiliar to me. It does resemble an Angara, but it looks so strange. It's clearly centuries old. Is it an artistic interpretation, or is this what we really look like? The implications. Pathfinder, you may have discovered our earliest artifact yet.
If I'd known what a big deal it was, I would have let it ride shotgun.
No harm done. It's seen centuries of wear. One bumpy ride won't change much.
Is this Angaran? I found it on one of your homeworlds.
Sun above. It's an ancient Ravan. A musical instrument. It uses Angara's body energy to produce music. We have them now, but nothing this beautiful. The songs it played were probably lost long ago. How much culture have we forgotten? Art, music, stories. It's all gone.
You're already rebuilding. Look at Aya.
We have a long way to go. In any case, relics like this help us.
I'll come back when I have something.
Stars guide your travels.
All right.
Ryder, they've got amazing RemTech research going on here.
Avela thinks it's an ancient deity.
Something about it.
Okay. While we can't know for certain, theories about this remnant device suggest its functions may be to convert rock and sand into nutrient-rich soil. This pottery fragment is believed to be a commercial decoration from the ancient temples of Harval. Okay. Okay. What? I hope this... Oh. Stairs. Would help.
No entering the med center until you're clean.
How do I decontaminate?
Ion console. Touch the start pad, it does the rest.
All right.
Sam, is this thing safe?
Yes. The slight ringing in your ears is nothing to worry about.
Very reassuring.
All right. But it makes sense. Don't need the people here being... They're trying to get healed infected.
My people on Kadar are fighting a bacterial infection. Do you have antibiotics?
Of course. Will this do?
Thank you.
Good to see you. It took humanity 8 years to get a Citadel embassy back home.
Pretty impressive to get one here so fast.
All it took was handling some remnant.
It'll take more to keep this partnership going. Ambassador Riala will handle the embassy. Lets us focus on everything else.
Yeah.
I detect the infrared dye Silvis Len used to mark the person who threatened him.
That's our man.
I know why you're here. The botanist. You want an apology for what I said to him.
I only have one side of the story. Tell me yours.
It's hard to explain.
Try me?
Aya isn't big enough to give everyone a home. We each live here a short time and then move on. For someone to come, another must go. The exchanges are chosen at random. We call this arrangement the Vassal. Time of change. It worked well. Until now.
The Vassal never accounted for outsiders living on Aya.
There's only so much room. When our leaders agreed to make a place for your people here, it came with a cost. My friend won a place on Aya, but he sold that slot so one of you could stay here instead.
Sold it how? What did he get?
Comforts for his family, resources to improve their home on Haval. He always put others before himself. That's how he died, fighting Ket on Vold. When I found out, I was angry. Said things to your botanist I shouldn't have, but I'd never hurt your people.
He thinks you want him dead. Tell him what you just told me, and let's move on.
Thought I was clear the first time. Maybe his translator malfunctioned.
I'll talk to our ambassador, see if we can minimize our impact on your Vassal.
We don't expect things to be easy. Only that you understand, nothing is free for us.
Alright. Quartermaster.
Pathfinder, Ephra cleared you to purchase weapons over my objections.
Hey, selling an alien weapons would make me nervous too.
I don't do this for Ephra. I respect the Moshai.
Oh, that would be good if it wasn't for the clip size taking a drastic hit. That is awesome. Man. I mean, we're getting stuff done, but it's just that time goes by pretty quickly when you're doing this. But the thing is that I actually have the time. So, before we come into here, I'm going to go ahead and take my break. When I return, we'll be continuing forward. And for people up on YouTube, this is going to be the end of the video. There will be my break sign. But when I get back, the next video will be on. So, take a look for that. Anyways, guys, I'll be back momentarily.